Republican Senator Tom Cotton is speaking here tonight, and he is out front now. And Senator, thanks so much for being with me. I have to ask you about that moment. I mean, it's sort of in a sense here, it felt as if it came out of nowhere. All of a sudden you had the shouting, some of your colleagues, Mike Lee among them, a part of this. Are you concerned about this division, that this dislike by some of Donald Trump is playing such a front and central role at his convention?
No, I think in the end, the Republican Party is going to come out here not only unified, but also looking to expand our reach to independents and Democrats who want America to take a different path than we have. And I saw some of your reporting earlier with Senator Lee and Kim Cuccinelli, and they stressed that some of the opposition to the rules package wasn't about opposition to Donald Trump, but just wanting to change the rules. And that's a healthy debate for our party to have. We didn't have it tonight. We'll probably have it next winter.
So it's a good way to try to put that aside. But let me ask you about tonight's theme, because you are speaking about it, to keep America safe. All right, you were 5 years active duty, Iraq, Afghanistan. Why do you believe Donald Trump is the best person to keep America safe? All right, in a nutshell, why?
Well, we know that Hillary Clinton isn't because of the failures of the Obama-Clinton foreign policy. And Donald Trump has said that we need to focus on our core national interests. We need to rebuild our military, which has been badly reduced in terms of defense budgets over the last 8 years, and we need to look out for the core national interests of the United States of America. We need to be tough once again in the world. We need to quit appeasing our adversaries, and we need to stand by our allies.
All right, so talking tough and acting tough can be two totally different things. It's much easier to do the former than it is to do the latter. He talked about his plan for ISIS this week specifically, which I know is something you have spoken about in speeches on foreign policy, Senator. Here's what Donald Trump said he would do about ISIS.
I am going to have very few troops on the ground. We are going to have unbelievable intelligence, which we need, which right now we don't have. We don't have the people over there.
All right, we don't have the people over there. I'm going to have very few troops on the ground. Just last week, President Obama approved, as you know, another 560 troops to go to Iraq. That brings the total to about 4,700. Special forces are on the ground in Iraq. It sounds like Trump isn't saying anything different than what Barack Obama is actually doing.
No, I would disagree with that. One thing that he stressed throughout is that we need to hit the Islamic State harder and we need to hit them faster. The announcement you just pointed out is an example of how President Obama continues to make small and incremental changes every time there's a terrorist attack. We should be making those changes all right now.
Donald Trump says, I'm going to have very few troops on the ground. That's exactly the light footprint that Barack Obama has pursued.
But if we can have our allies, troops from countries like the United Arab Emirates or Jordan or even Turkey, taking the fight to the Islamic State and to the Assad regime in Syria, which I've been told by some of the leaders of those countries they would be willing to do if they believed America would be more constant and more steadfast in our policy to ensure that we want to defeat the Islamic State and we don't want a Muslim Brotherhood government to replace Assad, they would be more willing to bear some more of the fight, and we might not have to have so many troops.
In your speech tonight, are you going to be giving a ringing endorsement of Donald Trump? In the past, Senator, I'll be honest with you, your support of him has been described at best as lukewarm.
Yep.
Are you now full-heartedly behind Donald Trump?
I'm going to say that I think that Donald Trump and Mike Pence with the Republican Congress will be able to better provide for our military and better keep Americans safe.
All right, well, Senator Cotton, I appreciate your time tonight.